Hey ladies, happy Sunday. Sorry I've been kind of MIA lately. It's only been about a week, but that's unusual for me. I usually try to post some videos here and there. Things have been just super crazy, as I'm sure most of you can, understand, and you probably have the same things going. So anyway, I just want to share a layout. I'm going to try to keep it straight as I can, but I'm not on a tripod, so this might be a little shaky, so hopefully I don't make you guys too seasick. But this is a very busy layout that I did of my daughter's very first soccer season. So I'll bring you over here, and then this is the title. And I was proud of myself, although this is not my favorite layout, but I was proud of myself for getting all these photos on here, because sometimes you can omit some photos, and then sometimes you're like, but I want this one on there, but I need that one on there. So this was kind of one of those. So I was able to get, so it's kind of busy. I was able to get the photos I wanted to in there, but so let me get started. So here's the titling. Let me try to go in. Right here it says Myas first soccer season, so that's that. And I mixed and matched some letters that I have. These are like the varsity letters, and then down here too with the Baylor, and then on my husband's back he was sitting right in front of my feet when we were watching. I was in one of those, those chairs that you can bring, them foldable ones, and he was sitting in front of me. So I just thought it was cute to sneak a picture of him watching, down at the field. So anyway, that's the back of my husband's head. So here is, and I hope that they don't mind because my mother-in-law is in here, and I know my mom doesn't care. She knows I do videos. So anyway, so I use those stickers here, and this scrapbook paper is from those of you, my longtime followers. A while ago, I went to a scrapbook store that was semi-close to me that was closing down, and I got I always say I'm this bad, a shit ton of paper. That's my husband says that, so I get it from him. But that's basically what it was. It was a huge stack, and they barely charged me anything, and this is one of the papers in it, and I was excited because she hadn't started her season yet at that point, but me and my husband knew we were going to sign her up, for soccer, and that she was excited for it. So this was like the soccer background. So the paper was like a field, so it's probably so busy that you can't really see a whole lot of the field in there, and I just added that little heart. But I'll start at the top. So this is my Pure Innocence, and I don't know if it's Get a Kick Out of You or what the name of it is, but isn't she cute? So here's another one here. Maybe you can see her better. So what I basically did was I stamped her out, and I don't know if you can tell, but this is pop dotted up. So I used my X-Acto knife and just went around her hand, because those of you who are familiar with the stamp, it comes with that and a blank ball, and then they give you like a volleyball, a basketball, and a soccer ball, I think. And then so you can use the one of your choosing. So I stamped her out first on the white paper and used my X-Acto knife just to go around her, a little bit of her arm and her hand. And then I stamped separately a soccer ball, cut that out, and then underneath here, let me see if I can show you, is pop dotted. So it looks like she's actually holding the ball. So I don't know how other people do it that have this stamp. I don't know if they do it that way or not, but that's just how I did it. So then I colored her here, and I added a little one because I don't know how she ended up with it, but this is her little jersey, and she got #1, so I thought that was cool. I'm sure she won't get that every year, but her first season she got to be #1. And so then I just added some shots throughout the season, and this was just like a clinic. There was boys and girls on it, but they had games. They had soccer, they had practices for quite some time, and then even during the season, and then the games were on Saturdays, and it was pretty cold. So I'm excited. We just signed her up for the spring, for spring soccer. So this will be a little different than where this one was fall, but really felt like winter, freezing out there at the games. But this was in the beginning of it when it wasn't so cold. And this is my mother-in-law. So that's Ricky's mom. And those of you who are wondering, he's biracial. His mother is white and his father's black. So a lot of people think she's my mom. And I'll have to tell you this story as I'm showing these pictures. My mother, this is my mother-in-law here, and this is my husband here, if those of you haven't seen them. And when they were younger, right where they were, there was at a town, how do I word this, that those of you don't know this towns, there was a town not too far from us, and I think there was a couple break-ins, of like younger kids, but my husband and his two friends who were both Caucasian, his two friends, and it's actually my best friend's cousins that he was with, they thought that they were them, or I don't know if they got them, you know, because they were looking around the neighborhood for these, you know, two younger kids, and I guess they fit the description, but they ended up getting the real people who it was, but they just had them in there and then just had their parents come to pick them up. So it was my husband and then his two Caucasian friends, and then she came to, she said, you know, they said they have my son here, you know, she came to pick him up, and then they brought out the two Caucasian boys to her, and she said, they're not they're not mine. So it's just funny, and a lot of things go on with that, and there's things that even with, you know, us being, you know, mixed race family, I guess we'll say, that goes on. Like sometimes people ask me, is she yours, to me, because I guess she's, you know, she's clearly darker than me. I'm really pale in that picture, but it's just funny, all the things that go on, and you know, some of them are not so funny, but I thought that one was funny, that she went to pick up her son and they don't bring out, you know, the one that you would think. So anyway, done the blabbing. So those of you who probably, you know, maybe you're biracial or you're in this situation can understand that. But so that was that. So this is that's not my mom, that's my husband's mom. And here's me, Maya, and there's a bigger picture of this I'll show you. And my husband, I just matted that with the paper. Here's me and Maya. I wasn't feeling good then, so which is why I am so pale. But here is Maya. She was her first time in goalie, and I just put a little heart there and with the arrow, and that was like a little coach, and I thought that was nice. He was one of the coach's helpers, and he would go over with any of the kids that were in the goalie, because they seemed like all the action was on the other end, and they probably looked so scared, like this little kid in this big, you know, big goalie net. So they kind of went over and helped them. And then in here I just wrote with my white gel pen fall and added a little heart. And I used my washi tape all over this, like measuring washi tape. And this is my mom. I don't know if you've seen her before. That's my mom there. And there's me and Maya. You've probably seen, you know, different. That's out on the field. And I'll take you over to this one. And then here's Maya on our front door, just standing. This is for soccer practice one day, in her crazy socks that she picked at the sporting goods store with my husband. We went and got her little soccer gear. And there's her. This was a kick, like a little move that the coach had them do, because they're so young and they're constantly, I'm glad Maya didn't do it, but they're constantly, the kids are going in the wrong direction, like they're scoring a goal on themselves because they don't know. So here is the coach here, and I'll get down to him in a minute, but the coach would tell the kids, and they'd say, you know, what direction are we going? And they make them do this pose and then also point out, and they keep reminding them what direction we're going. All the kids had to get on one foot, you know, like a flamingo, and kind of show which way they're going. So I think that helped. So that's what that's all about there, that picture of her there with her little cleats. And here's that, I cut around with a circle with a spellbinder, and here's my husband, Maya, at the end of one game. She's enjoying her pretzel. So there's that there. I just wrote with my gel pen, #1 fan, and this is the picture of my husband sitting in front of me watching Maya on the ground. He likes to sit on the floor, he even does it in the living room. He's so weird. And again, there's the Baylor with the letters. That's our last name. So here's the other one I cut out. And the reason I did this, even though their team's name was Maroon Bandits, but our, you know, where we're from, our school colors, even me and my husband, our high school, are black and gold. So that's why I did that one like that. And I used my tiny little stamps, and I stamped in Maya in there. And then here's a picture of Maya on the field. So yeah, I tried to scrunch in a lot of pictures. And then down here in the net, I wrote 2012. That was like an opportunity to write the date. And then here, I used my little arrow punch. And this is my daughter's coach, and he is the nicest man, and he's so funny. And at the end of every game, he does magic tricks, which Maya just loves. But all the kids love it. And they, you know, and one time he didn't have his stuff to do it, and they were so upset. They said, "You're not going to do a magic trick?" But anyway, the arrows pointing to him say Doc, because I don't know. My husband is such a geek. He is a Back to the Future fan, and those of you who aren't even maybe as gung-ho as a fan as he is, but maybe like Back to the Future, this guy reminded him of Doc, and my husband started calling him that just between him and I, not to him. You know, he'd just say, "Is Doc there?" Because it was between him and his son. And Ricky really loves that movie, and he's like, I like going just because he reminds me of Doc. So that's why I put that there in there, and I hope that doesn't, well, he's not going to see this, but I hope that doesn't offend him. But, you know, it's more of a funny thing, and my husband loved it, so that's why he's labeled Doc, just to give you a little inside. So anyway, just wanted to share this layout, and you got to learn a little bit about my family in the meantime. And so sorry for my babble, and I hope you guys are having a nice Sunday, and I don't know if I'll be posting more videos today or not. And I don't remember if there's anything else I wanted to address, so I'll get back to you if there is. So have a good day, guys. Bye.